Hello and welcome back to Beckler Guitars and Repair. Today I just want to go over this really cool piece of gear I picked up a couple days ago, and I just want to demo it and show it off a little bit. So this is a 50s, 60s era. It's pretty hard to date these things, but it's a DeArmond 210 model 210 Soundhole pickup. So this is quite a sought-after old pickup, especially among blues and country players, just for the tone. It's really good, really great sound for finger picking or slide. And I'm going to demo it later. I'm going to use the 1967 J-45 I have, put two pieces of 60s gear together and see how they sound. But yeah, this is, I got this from an older musician in the area. He was selling, and it's in really good condition. You can see here, it still looks almost new. So yeah, very nice condition. Now, there's a little bit of oxidation going on, corrosion over time. There's the model 210. I don't know if that'll focus there. There we go. So yeah, and this model has a volume control, so you can adjust the volume, and each of these little pickup bobbins are adjustable, or the pole pieces rather. So depending on the space you want underneath the string, you can increase or decrease the distance between the string and the pole piece, and that's going to increase or decrease your output. So you can really set it up how you want to. This thing is so old, the cord is disintegrating a little bit here. So yeah, this cord is rapidly falling apart. However, it's just the plastic shielding, so there's also another shielding underneath it and protects the wire. So even though it's degrading and kind of falling apart, it's still okay for what we're doing with it. This one also has the 1/4 inch out at the other end, so you can plug directly into an amplifier. Another mod that I've seen with people using these is they'll mount these into the Soundhole, and then they'll turn this into like a 1/4 inch output jack, and that way you have a permanent jack on your guitar. Just a little bit of drilling is required. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to plug it or show how it works with my J-45 and see how it sounds. So okay, let's get the J-45 on here and I'll show you how to mount it. Okay, I've got it all tuned up, and I just want to show how I ended up mounting it. So yeah, if you can see, each of the strings is directly over a pole piece, so that's just going to make it a lot easier to get proper equal volumes on each string. And then you can also adjust the pole pieces further for additional adjustments. So what's another cool thing about this pickup is it's a magnetic pickup, so you can actually plug it into like an electric guitar amplifier as well. And as long as you have your level set correctly, it's not going to feed back to the point where it's unusable. You can also use it with a little bit of distortion or any kind of effects you wanted, so that's really cool. I'm going to demo it through an acoustic amplifier, and then I'm going to put it through the deluxe reverb as well, just to see the differences and what it can do. Okay, here I am plugged into my little portable acoustic amplifier. That's the Joyo AC40. It's portable and battery powered as well. So I'm just running this super clean. I'm doing 12 o'clock for everything, and I'm just plugged into the J-45 with the pickup here. And I've got everything ready to go, and I'm just gonna go ahead and play, and you can hear how it sounds just straight up acoustically. Alright, switch it back to a pick here. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, so it sounds quite nice. I do have a slide, however, I don't ever play slide, so... Yeah, it sounds really good on just a standard acoustic amp. Nice and quiet. It's got really good tone. And you can adjust the pull pieces to however you want. And then you can, you know, set the amp how you want further if you want a little bit more treble or bass or whatever. Alright, so now I'm going to plug it into a tube amp and see how that goes. See how it feeds back and see if there's any, how it handles distortion too. Alright, well here I am plugged into the deluxe reverb reissue. Same amp that we use with a lot of our videos. Yeah, so I'm just running it clean. I've got my attenuator on, so I'm running it at about 6.5, so I get a better tube tone at lower volumes. And I've got no pedals on at the moment, just the guitar, and this is how it sounds just through the amplifier tube. Sounds like a single coil pickup. It's got some really nice break up there, really nice tone. It'd be great for blues. Here's a little blues riff. Alright, now I'm just going to turn down the volume so we can get more of a clean sound. I'll turn down the amp and then I'll turn up the attenuator. cleaner of a sound there, so now we can hear how it'll sound to get more of like an acoustic sound. So yeah, you can get a really nice acoustic sound out of there as well. So yeah, great sounding pickup. I'm just gonna go ahead and crank up the amp and see how that sounds with some distortion on your acoustic. Alright, so now that I've tried the 1950s, 1960s DeArmond 210, what do I think? Well, yeah, it's a great old pickup. These are becoming really sought after, so a little harder to find nowadays, but yeah, they're great. They're non-invasive way to put a pickup on your guitar that sounds really good, especially for blues, country, even, you know, classic rock. You can plug it into a tube amp and go. Yeah, very little feedback, even at high distortion volumes. So yeah, this could be quite a stage gig ready piece of gear for sure. It sounded really good. You can actually adjust it pretty extensively if you change the pole piece's height and mess around with the volume and, you know, use the EQ in your amp. You can get a lot of different sounds out of there. But another great thing this is for is, like, for a guitar like this guitar, I wouldn't want to install a permanent pickup in here. I don't want to drill it or make holes and do, you know, a permanent install on something like this, because I want to preserve it the way it is. But if I ever do want to gig with it, I can throw something like this in here and you know, use it for on stage or recording and get a really good sound out of it and remove it easily afterwards. You could even do a permanent install for one of these. You would just keep it mounted in the Soundhole, and then you could drill a hole where your strap plate goes in the back and mount an input jack right there. And then you have a really easy, good to go pickup that's a permanent. Again, something not something I would do on this guitar, but it could be an option for something else in the future. So yeah, pretty cool. If you see one of these kicking around somewhere for a decent price, definitely pick it up. It's a very good sounding pickup and pretty useful piece of gear. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in to Beckler Guitars and Repair, and that'll be it for today. Stay tuned, I got more coming really soon. Thanks a lot.